Welcome back to the channel. My name is SV and today we're playing some Satisfactory, as we do basically every day. You're going to notice that I've got quite a few things complete on the research trees here, as well as, so I want these, as well as new hub tiers, of which we are going to focus on oil processing today. I don't have these. We might actually just craft them. But I do have the other stuff because I want to get oil processing up because then that gets us into electronics and stuff like that. And really gets us into more or less like the late game where we want to be. I'm going to show you a few more things that have happened since. Let's take a look here. What does this take? Oh, a bunch of stators. Well, I probably shouldn't have deleted my stators like I did. Well, anyway, let's get started on some things. Number one, I replaced the majority of my miners with Mark IIs. You'll notice that I have some outstanding. So I think we're going to go and look at some of those. I don't remember if these down here are Mark IIs, but let's go and find out. This should be safe. Okay. I also built myself an Explorer, so we just drive around now. It's a little wonky to drive sometimes, but it's okay. Mark II, Mark II. Yeah, so that one's up there, a Mark II as well. Okay, so, but let's go check out the sulfur, caterium, and all of that stuff. I think those might not be Mark IIs just yet. I just ran over a berry bush, but that's okay. We've got so much. I did a lot of exploring to get hard drives. And then I'm also going to show you how we are syncing our resources right now, because I did change that up just a little bit. I am going to take... Oh, that's probably where that thing came from, out of that cave. We are not equipped to handle any hostiles, so hopefully we don't run into. You'll notice I blew that up. There was a power slug there. So I did a lot of exploring off camera. Alright, those two are upgraded now. I love that you could just replace like that. That's super, super handy. And I find the Explorer to be honestly pretty fun to drive, since you are pretty like agile. You know, you can drive over rocks, bushes, such, and not really have too much of an issue. A little bit of stuttering there. I left a couple of beacons out there when I came across a drop pod that I didn't have the materials for. So that I can go back later and open up that drop pod. Okay, and then the last one is the caterium one up here. And I feel like I did replace it. I know I replaced all the copper and all of the iron. Now here's the thing. That's actually overproducing because we are not supporting that. Like our construction lines aren't supporting that amount of materials. So it's a little overkill right now. Okay. And we still haven't put together the one that's over there. But anyway, off to the factory because I want to show you some things that I did in the factory and then what we're going to work on in this episode. Can I fit through here? I think I can. So maybe we'll park this over on this side. Yeah, this seems like a good spot for us to come in and out of. Okay. I added batteries so that we have some additional storage in case we get power outages like we had that one time. I built a new ladder system up into here, and I'm going to show you why. Because we've got a few floors now, and I wanted to make it slightly more uniform than it was before. So for example, you know this floor, you've seen it. This is my giant storage area floor, and it's feeding materials up into the next floor. And so we're going to take a look at that, because I think previously in the previous videos that might have been just feeding into sinks. So we're going to look at that now. I believe this was added on there before, but steel beams, steel pipes, coal, solid biofuel, all of these got added. I don't remember if I captured that in a video, but there they are, should you want to see. And then I've installed these nice little windows here, which I think looks super freaking cool. And then this floor, this big empty floor. Originally, I had things like reinforced iron plates and rotors being produced here. And then what else did I have? I had gunpowder and stators being produced. And the reason why you don't see that stuff there anymore, actually I'm going to take these stators out because we could use them. And I'm just going to throw that stuff in there. So that came out of the miners. The reason you don't see that is because I was running into logistical issues of lines crossing. So if I had, I think like right here, I had stators being produced, and it was, I think it's pipes and wire for stators, right? And then if I wanted something else being produced, like I was running out of space, basically. So instead, I built this, let's call it a, what do I want to call this? Like a logistics floor, where I'm going to bring materials up to the next floor above and into their separate little factories to construct the things that I want. The thing that I'll mention here is all of these are hooked up into awesome sinks, and so it's 3 lines that get fed into 1 line for an awesome sink. Okay, so it's how many? 8, I think, awesome sinks, and then the last one I have like a garbage box that I could just dump anything I want into. Well, 2 of them, I guess. I had like 5 of them when I was deleting floors and such. And then that just gets filtered onto this last one as like an additional stopgap, which I'm okay with because this is also the one that does steel beams and steel pipes, which I value most. So we're doing what, 19, 20,000 points per minute, which is super cool, but it's clearly not enough because we have so much more to go. Let me see if I can, I'll show you the awesome shop here and what we've unlocked. The only things I need to unlock here are these 3. This is going to be very last because I don't care about those walkways as we have the new ones now. The 2 signs, I've already unlocked all of this and that. Same thing, I have unlocked all the walls, including this one, which I super like, that like hex frame, and then obviously the full frame one. Attachments, I want these 2. Don't really care about that. I'll get this eventually as well. And then customizer, I've been trying to unlock. So as you can see, I've got quite a bit. These 3 are probably next up on the list. And I got the coffee cup. I do have a coffee cup. And then after that, we're pretty much set. So not much more to go, unless other things unlock later, which very well could be. I'm not sure. But in the meantime, it's time to build up a few buildings here just so that we can get moving on this progress. And rotors would be one of them I want to construct. But rotors are likely going to be the next floor above this floor. What I want to focus here is combining 2 materials from the bottom floor into 1 resulting material. And then eventually, I should also mention over here, we've got our awesome sinks And don't mind if you hear some noise in the background, the pup is losing his mind. I've got smart splitters. So the overflow goes forward and up this belt down here where it gets merged on and put into the awesome sink. The right, which is this way, on every single one of these is the preferred path. Only when this is backed up do materials flow that way. So that's the way we're going to handle that. And it's been working out super well right now because we have all of our excess, which is everything right now, because everything is backed up, is flowing directly into awesome sinks, and that's why we're getting the points we're getting. I did, like I said, explore a whole bunch out in the world, and then I basically turned that into a bunch of points by getting computers and stuff like that just dumped into the bucket. So let's start in this area, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it actually pretty simple. So we're going to start with reinforced iron plates and rotors on this side because I think that's where the materials are closest. And then we're going to just expand from there and really focus on getting these materials and everything newly created so that let's do this also for easier access. I'm going to do a couple of little catwalks there. Okay. And then I'm going to just zoom a couple of things there because I want to see, let's make this a walking floor. And then so we're going to start our production here. And let's say if this is, so this would be sorting. So first machine goes here. That's kind of how we're going to deal with this. Sorry if it's a little dark, you know, it's nighttime. And I don't have any lights set up yet, but I have a super cool idea for lights when we kick off our actual mega factory, which I'm going to be looking for a space for soonish because I need to find where we're going to place that. I have an idea, and I think I want to put it in the waterfall area. Okay, let's put this here because it definitely, I want to align these up a little bit at least. Okay. Great, and so we're here, we're going to just make reinforced iron plates. You can see I have additional recipes, but we're going to use the standard one for this. Again, I did a lot of exploring for hard drives. I think maybe a total of 10, 11 hard drives. Let's get mergers. Easy. And then I also did change all belts in the factory to Mark III belts across from all the way from good old-fashioned miners all the way to their endpoint. Let's see if this is exactly. Yep, that's the position I want. So we're actually going to do. Nope, that one's wrong. Okay, and then we don't need one here. Okay, is that lined up? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. I like to keep some symmetry here. So, okay, that's looking good. And then, like I mentioned, we're going to have the materials come up and into here and then get split into there. So likely I'll do a splitting line right here where the two materials will come up and then get split accordingly. So like, let's just kind of add that. How do I want to do that? That isn't... Okay. I gotta think about that because I don't want it to get too crowded. I probably should have shifted these back one, but that's okay. We could figure that out. Okay, let's see if that's the right distance. I always, yeah, that's one further than I want it to be. So I want it to be like there. Okay, and that should line up perfectly. Yep. And there. And then this one is just strictly like that. The combination of being able to select an item and then just immediately copy it is crucial, in my opinion. We're going to get power connected to this in a bit, but it's likely going to come in through like a wall outlet. So let's pretend that's where that's going to be. And then maybe I'll just do a wall outlet there. Maybe we just do it like at the start of each factory. Yeah, so this is going to have a wall this way. And so we'll just do the same. And I know I've said this before, but let's keep in mind this is still our temporary factory. This is not the final factory. Okay, so we've got power to our constructors here. Now, how are we going to bring in the materials to be sorted into both sides? Okay, here's what I'm thinking. First of all, what's below us? Okay, nothing. That's great. Okay, if nothing's below us, then I'm much more okay with, let's say I have, I'm gonna do this, a splitter here, and then a splitter here. And then we're going to figure out the logistics here in a moment. I'm gonna separate them to the yeah, that one is right. This one's not right. Yeah, there. And then I want a lift that comes up this way. That's correct. And then I want a lift that comes in this way. And then that's correct. And then what we'll do, how do I get it back into that corner? How do I get both back into that corner? Dang, I'm almost thinking I should relocate these back one more just to have a little bit more space. We're gonna do it. That's an easier fix than trying to squeeze everything in just to squeeze things in. Plus it'll give us a good template for the future builds. Once we do it the one time, we could easily mirror it for the others. But now we know. And I'm going to actually start on the incoming piece. I'm going to leave those because I think that's going to remain. So a little bit behind the scenes here, how I build some of this stuff when I do. Okay. So what I would do here is let's do do a okay, actually, let's put... Yeah, no, splitter first. Trying to see if this will line up all weird. Okay, that's actually perfect to what I wanted. And so both of these only need to split 2 ways. And one at the ground level, and the other one is going to be at the top level. So let's see if I want let's get back into getting an assembler out here. So I'm gonna put this one here. I think that's a little bit further than yeah, maybe one more back here. And that should get me what I want. And then we're going to do the same here, just to get the things lined up for the first batch. I think it's that one that we want. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, and so then this... I could technically just do all the way around overflow, but it feels like sloppy to me. And then, so that's good. Is that right? No. Sometimes these lines just don't line up. Like, what is this lining up with? Maybe one of the inputs? And then that's off center. There we go. I don't think that's actually lined up. I think it's this one that we want. Okay. Okay, and we're kind of back where we started halfway through. But this line is good. Now, how do we bring the other line back up? So I'm thinking we do about like so. And then here's where I think we're going to get a little on the sloppy-ish side. I don't know if, well, maybe you won't consider it to be sloppy. Let's find out. So if that's the line, actually that's not sloppy at all. That's kind of perfect. Doesn't even clip. And we'll leave the pole in there just so that everyone knows it's not clipping, right? That's actually a problem though. However, can I fit one right by this? Yes, I can. Okay. Well then that's our build. It's elegant enough from what I want. So, and again, like this is us setting up something temporary. I have ideas on how I want to execute within our real factory. Basically, I want everything loaded from underneath, which I think would be super cool. Oh, that actually worked out pretty well. I like that a lot. And then this one is going to point out this way, and we are going to go like that. And then we should have a nice little baseline right here. Okay, and our last belt. And let's set these all to standard iron plates. And then we just got to work on the logistics down below, and then this should be kicked off. Oh, is this one turned around? Oh my goodness. Pardon my mistakes. Okay, so those should be set. Let's get power into here. Okay, that looks wild, but it's really not that bad. You saw me make it, so it's not too bad. Then all we need in here is iron plates and screws, which, hey, look at that. And I didn't really do the math there, as you may have noticed. But I think we did it well enough. Having 5 of... Oh, that's unfortunate. I really thought that we were going to be able to line that up kind of perfectly. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to get them both down from the same angle. This way. And then, which one do I want first? Okay, let's actually work backwards from it. So this is going to be my first line. It should be right there. And then this will be my second line. And I don't care that these are like right on top of each other, because this is like our sorting floor. We don't have to really worry about it here. And then what we're going to do with situations like this is we'll jump over. I could clip it, but I don't feel like that. Actually, we are going to do what I just said, but we're going to do it the other way. Stick with a rule here on how we handle yep, like that, and then like that. Okay, except that's the wrong way. Like so. I love that you can turn these around these various ways. Okay, so we should now be able to produce reinforced iron plates. Yep. We're getting some on this side. Let's take a look. Screws are flowing below, plates are flowing above. Yep. We should be good. Oh, this one's not connected? Well, shame on me. Let's see if the other ones are connected appropriately. I think they are. I see the far one is. This one is too. Yep, and we're making plates. And then what we're going to do, as was the custom before, where I'm going to do a single wall conveyor. And then I think I'm going to feed these this way. Now we'll feed it towards the center. There'll be more room on this side than there will be on the other. And we're going basically exactly to the level we need to. We're out of concrete, but let's go get some more. So that's how we're going to do all of the secondary factories up here. Reinforced iron plates, rotors will be next. That's not that one. I want to go here. And what I'm imagining is having like a 2-tier setup for our like storage area, right? Because if I line up storage up above here, then I'll have these 2 tiers like that. And I could even drop the materials down and have them like right over top of each other, which could look pretty cool. That's not necessary right now, I don't believe. Let's finish up this reinforced iron plates part, and then after that, I think we're going to call it for the day, or for this video. But let's take a look. Okay, so we're going to take that to there, probably. And really, this is just so that we have some separation between the factories and we could see how big one is taking over others. I don't necessarily mind that these are floating like this. It's not my favorite thing, but it is what it is. And then here, look, we've already got reinforced iron plates. So we're going to do the same thing we did before, where they all come out and maybe into one line that way. And then what we're going to do is start the next factory right here, just like we did. And it'll be the same thing. 2 splitters. It's basically the exact same layout that we just did, but for rotors. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.